Yes, guys, welcome to this digital switching systems elective for semester B, model 4, part 1. For this syllabus, it contains two main parts: time division switching and switching system software. In time division switching, we are going to look into different modalities of time and space switchings. And in switching system software, we'll see some generic softwares which are used quite quietly in DSS. Time division switching, here you can see little bit will focus on the evolution of this DSS. So if you want, you can see here in the beginning the development of PCM primary multiplex groups. Okay, PCM technology, it is able to support both audio and digital inputs, and output is also supported in both the formats audio and digital. That is the TDM technology. However, with the inclusion of this space division concentrator, space division means because as the number of customers have rise, so the cross points or number of connections also got increased. Okay, so that is called these connections or switches are spread throughout the space. Now to select each of the switch, we need dimensions, coordinates. So that's what is called space division concentrator. Concentrator here is called because here a lot of subscriber lines are coming here, and with only one route, a lot of traffic is there here. So that's what's called concentrator. It is going to concentrate a lot of subscriber traffic lines towards one outgoing line. With that is a space division concentrator. That is one important component has been included in the next version. That is B, local exchange with the space division concentrators. Next, C, local exchange with the codecs will come into picture in customer line circuits. Okay, coders and decoders will come into existence, which are going to do both. I asked once in the class that analog to digital and digital to analog converters can be done automatically by these codecs. Later, local exchange also started with the digital customer lines. Everything got digitized here. The same you can see TDM switch is there, TDM PCM technology, but besides these things got changed. This is the evolution of this time division switching here. That's what we are observing here. So some of the examples, let's see here what we got here. The first application when it was invented, its main job is in tandem. We know that to provide point-to-point communication where the traffic is less, the distance involved is more. Okay, switching PCM junction and trunk circuits. That is the first main application of TDM. So next, the good example for this one is Bell ESS number 4 system, French ETOL system. Here, I want you to remember this. So sometimes you'll get a short note on this one, time division switching. You have to elaborate like that. First, we explain about this briefly about the evolution of this one, how TDM switching got evolved. Then we can elaborate a bit about this application oriented approach. The second one is as tandem or local exchange is similar to the root switch in local exchange. Local exchange systems were developed by using relay space division. So that's what he is mentioning. Space division concentrators were started using. Good example for that is this one, early versions of System X or AXC10 or E10 systems. This System X system we are going to see in the next few slides. In detail we can say about that. So depending on the marks, you listen here. So when TDM, this one is asked for short note up to 3 to 4 or up to 5 marks. Only this much is sufficient. But if it is exceeding 4 or 5 marks beyond that, then you have to include this System X that I am going to tell in the next 1 or 2 slides. Its explanation and big block diagram also you need to include. So remember, you need to practice a lot of block diagrams here. So next is the development of solid state IC and TDM concentrators. So customer line circuits got digitized. So this led to the evolution of ISDN, in which compatible digital transmissions and switchings are used throughout the network. The main feature is here is that the ISDN can provide a wide variety of customer services at 64 kbps transmission over a single line from local exchange. So example here, architecture of X local exchange here that just I mentioned. Let us see how it is going to look here. But before that, I want to spare some time with this subscriber line interface circuit. So it is very economical circuit invention that was made here. It is also known as SL, subscriber lines interface circuit, SLCR. The block diagram is here, and its main blocks are shortened by these things. Many times you'll get a short note on this SLCR, very important part in this module. Bar shift. B means battery field. You can see here batteries are there. Here battery field is there. Over voltage production, which is required for the battery, wherever the batteries are there, whenever there is some fluctuation or over voltage, some production is required. Some circuitries are required which are going to take care of this over voltage production. Ringing, supervisory signaling, coding, hybriding, and testing. So these are the short form that has been written here as a bar shift. So how we are going to explain about this? That's I already discussed, I think, in the last few PPTs that I uploaded along with my audio support. During that time I not converted to video there, so we can refer to that. So just briefly I will just explain about this one. So two wire line is coming here, ending in the test access test equipment. So two wire line is nothing but subscriber line. That's what is called subscriber line interface. We are looking at the subscriber. This whole interface circuit is there in the local exchange office. The two wire line will terminate here. It is terminating at the one terminal equipment. It is called terminal equipment, where the testing of the wire line will be done, whether there is a fault in the line wire or not. That can be tested. Then it will be that the two wire line signal will be given in hand to the ringing system, surrounded by the battery feed here. So battery feed has two types of batteries are there. The primary battery based on the local power supply. In absence of that, the local exchange also depending on the having the secondary battery feed supply, along with supported by the over voltage protection, like a transformer. So whenever we get the call request ringing here, ring trip, telephone operator will come to know that somebody want to make a request. Off supervision operation will start happening here. That whole supervision operation, if you want, you can include here. That I'm not going to explain here once again. So what will happen when you get the call request, what the telephone operator will do, and I will take the destination number, I will check destination person or path both are free or not by sending the special signal through the sleeve. Then both will be connected, call will be established with help of these coders and decoders. Okay, these are coming under, that's why it is called hybrid. And how the call will be terminated. All those things you can include when you are going to explain about this SLCR. So all this led to the fully digital local exchange. This one, that is what exchange that I was talking was talking there in the previous few slides. So if you look at this one, System-X local exchange it is called. So main big block diagram is there. Block is here. DSS, digital switching subsystem is there here. Okay. This one. ALTS is there. Here you are observing analog line terminating subsystem. This one. So the things which are coming from the junctions may contain both analog and digital lines. Digital line will pass through synchronized unit LSU. Then it will terminate in the digital system, and whereas analog signal will pass through SIS line term. Okay, here not given any explanation about this one. No, any explanation is there even there. So then it will pass through the CLTS analog line terminating subsystem and then terminating the DSS. Customer lines may be either the digital or analog. It will pass through digital subscriber switching subsystem, subscriber switching subsystem. Both will pass through this one. Here codecs are there, analog to digital converter. Analog to digital converter is there. Pass through this DSS and then it will terminate in the DSS. So next section, first one will come discussed about junction. Next we discuss about customer line. Then we will discuss about the some of the parts here. The MTS is there. There is a message transmission subsystem. So that is a IO controller and MF. So it is written MF signaling and block DSS controller IOs. All these four things, MTS, message transmission system, IO controller and block DSS controller IOs will be terminating depending on this, the processor, okay, and message transmission system connected with this only, IO controller connected with the IO controller unit, MFC signaling is connected with the SIS signaling inter subsystem, here, this one, what I mean by this one. So all the different blocks are there on which they are resting, from that they are originating and terminating in the DSS subsystem. Okay, so how we can look at these things. So this part you can see it is mainly concerned with digital subscriber switching subsystem, DSS. It is concentrated, this part. Okay, so this part is concerned with voice frequency junctions which are connected via signaling or internet only subsystems. This is this part. And here we'll come across analog lines systems with A to D or DTA conversions. Codecs will be there. And here you can see processor modules are there. Okay. And this system capacity is going to support up to 60,000 lines. You can see with the traffic supporting is up to 10,000 Erlangs. 10,000 E means Erlangs. Yeah. Okay. So this is how we can explain about the systemix local accounts. If you want, you can include it if you get the question more than 6 or 7 minutes. You have to practice this block diagram. Okay. So next we will see time division switching. What do you mean by that one? With any but the connection, the switching, the connection, you can see transmission of PCM time slots from one time slot to different time slot called time switching. Okay, so we have discussed already PCM primary multiplex bits supporting with the 24 or 30 channels, supporting 2 or 1.5 Mbps long back in the first model itself. So each PCM is containing different time slots. Okay, so suppose assume that there are two different PCM channels are there containing different time slot. Suppose if you want to connect a time slot, two different time slot from the two different PCM highways, that is called time switching here. So tandem is nothing but a device which is a router, the local exchange that is connecting any channel from one of the PCM highways to any channel in the outgoing PCM highway. But these incoming or outgoing highways are spatially distributed. That's what requires spatial switching. So example here is a time division switching. Will do the connections between channels on PCM highways carrying that's what is just mentioned multiple 2 Mbps or 1.5 Mbps. That you have to keep in mind. So next here you can just refresh here. This is the PCM for the multiplex group. Or you recall, I just put this one. Then the connections between incoming or outgoing PCM highways use cross point matrix. Okay. See, the main difference you have to understand here between the time switch and space switch. Time switch, listen here carefully. Time switch means switching between the different time slots of the different PCMs. It is called time switching. Space switching means is switching between different PCMs using cross points, because cross points are specially distributed in this case. That's why it needs space switching or space division switching is required for this space switches. Okay, so hope you understood this one, the main difference between the time and space switch. But the different channels of an incoming PCM frame may need to be switched by different crosspoints to reach different destinations, obviously. Crosspoint is nothing but we can visualize it as two input and gate. One is incoming PCM highway containing different time slots. Another one, it may be contained in the connection store in the form of matrix of cross points. Then destination point will be connected and a call will be established for that purpose. So let us consider a space switch with k incoming PCM highways. Remember, k incoming PCMs and m outgoing PCMs, each carrying n channels. Okay, try to remember these dimensions. I will not go back to this slide. Next slide, that was there it will show k incoming highways, m outgoing highways with e having n channels. So if you look at this one, so here is a matrix of cross points indicating a space switch containing k incoming PCM highways and m outgoing PCM highways. Totally, just roughly I have shown in the figure as a 4x4 matrix of cross points. Each m outgoing PCM highway will contain n channels, and each of the n channel have got some time slots. Their addresses are stored in the connection store here. That's why if m outgoing PCM highways are there, means we need m connection stores to store the addresses of the respective time slots that is stored in the connection store. This number is written into the address by the processor to set up the connection. Okay, so with the help of this address that is written by the processor in the connection store can be used when we are want to search for the which two cross points are required, or 3 or 4 cross points are required to connect between calling and called person. The numbers are read out cyclically in synchronization with the incoming PCM highway. Okay, means as and when the PCM highways will come, the same manner in synchronization with that, these time slots will be read out from the respective addresses. In each time slot, the number stored at the corresponding store address is read out and decoded. Decode logic is there, so that is used for the decoding here into the pulse to operate the particular cross point. So what is happening here is that, so whenever you get the incoming PCM highway, if you want to establish the connection between two persons, it is a two-stage connection. Okay, so let us assume this and this cross points are required. Okay, so this cross point is coming here. Its respective time slot will be read from the address on this connection store, decoded and send the pulse to activate this cross point. Similarly, if you want to activate, the pulse is coming from this decode logic, that is decoded by reading the time slots at the respective address cyclically in synchronization with how the incoming PCM highways are coming. Okay, so like that, the cross points addresses will be read out, decoded to establish the connection here. That's what the space switch, how it is going to look and going to operate actually. So as a cross point can make different connection in each of the n time slots equivalent to n cross points in space division network. So here k by m matrix is there, that is going to support n cross point. That is what the meaning is there. Okay, let us stop here.